Hey everybody, welcome back to the Halo 2 pistol only challenge where we're trying to beat all the levels on Halo 2 on heroic difficulty by only using the pistol. Now, here are the rules. I can only use the pistol like the title implies. Melee is included. I cannot use grenades. Vehicles are alright as long as I'm not doing any sort of shooting whatsoever, so just basically splattering enemies. And I can't kill teammates for extra ammo. Now, a second ago, you just saw me swap for the pistol right off the bat here, so we're just getting into the thick of it. One of the things that I probably hate the most, or hated the most about playing this level with the pistol only, is the fact that the hitboxes for the heretics are weird. I don't know what the deal is, but a lot of times I would punch and it would just miss the mark. The hitboxes were just way out of whack. But even still, I had a lot of fun with this particular level. Now here, I'm going to get full of needles, and surprised I didn't get super combined. Going to carry me down the lift there, but second time around, had a lot better time. So we're moving quick, moving through the heretic grunts and elites here. And basically, my goal was just to try to use my camo as much as I could. But on the harder difficulties, that active camo depletes much, much faster. So didn't leave me a whole lot of wiggle room here. But we're already at the elevator, and so things were going pretty well. Had that little mishap there right at the beginning where I died. Thought I was going to die again here a few more times, but I was able to surprise some enemies. Overcharged his shields and took him out. A lot of my allies, unfortunately, died pretty quickly due to super combines, but I was able to use the crates here to juke out the grunts and left my fellow grunts as targets. So we're all good here. We're going to be going down the elevator. And this upcoming section was also a little bit difficult, so you'll probably see a few more deaths here. But as we were going down to the Seraph hangar, again, the goal was just basically get to the button on the far side of the room as fast as I can, get some more allies, get some other people that can fight alongside me, because the plasma pistol is just, I wouldn't call it garbage. It's just more difficult to use than the Magnum, which I've used in my previous videos. Obviously, with the Magnum, you're using kinetic rounds, so you can go for those headshots, but the main benefit here is you can strip shields pretty quickly. Although the follow-up shots may not do a whole lot of damage here. So this is where I got stuck, kind of underneath these couple of pillars here. Just got absolutely throttled, so it's going to bring us all the way back up to the top. Tried to fight these grunts again, got caught with about 4 or 5 enemies. There's another death. Third time's a charm. I was able to actually juke him out pretty well. Hung out in this room for a bit to let my shields recharge. And then activated the active camo. And it... You're going to probably see a lot of moments, too, where I'm just charging ahead, where I kind of forget that my active camo has recharged as well. For some reason, whenever I play Halo 2 as the Arbiter, I always forget that I can continually use the active camo. Unlike Halo 3 and some of the other Halos that I've played probably a lot more. But here we are giving some allies some better weapons, which, again, in this level, didn't do them a whole lot of good because the needlers that the heretic grunts use are just atrocious. Like, they just absolutely slaughtered us, as you can see right there as he just heads down. So I was able to just kind of scrape through this pretty quick. Kill a lot of the grunts here, and you can see all of my shots landing on target. I betrayed an enemy there. That was not my finest move, overcharging the plasma pistol and just letting my fellow elite get slashed in half. But we made it through all right. So now we're heading down into some of the hallways and staircases. I used active camo here to just basically get to the end of the line here, punch him from the back, some easy wins. But you get really stuck here right in this corner. So this is where I get headshotted and get to look at my embarrassing death. Second time around, was a little bit more cautious. What's really interesting too is with the Heretic Elites. As a kid, I was always shocked by just the hitboxes that they had, where their punches don't seem to do a whole lot. It really only seems that Heretic Elites with an energy sword can do any sort of melee damage. Not sure what was up with that, but in this section here, I skipped ahead just a bit because I got caught right outside that door a bunch with a really weird load zone. So you'll see probably a little bit more jump cutting here. We basically work our way through, and I get absolutely annihilated. Second time around, I thought maybe I had something else figured out where I'm just kind of shooting and running and gunning as I go. I stop and wait just a little bit in that doorway just to see if I can't use my active camouflage. Melee that guy. Try to head past the grunts. My shields are getting stripped pretty fast. I see that we've got a lot more enemies on the way, so I just continue to head down. Use my active camo, but this is again where the hitboxes screwed me over. I got stuck there. We get some more grunts down the hallway, and it's just awful. So then we get to our third attempt, and this one I used the same strategy. I thought, hey, sprinting down the hallway and the stairwells seem to work pretty well. So this elite saved my bacon. He just took a lot of rounds from a lot of his allies. I hung out in this room back here just so my shields could recharge. His dead body was still blocking rounds, so that Heretic Elite was just an all-star for taking one for the team there. I kept heading forward and just basically plugged away with the plasma pistol from this doorway. Didn't recognize that I had allies on the way because I'm not familiar with the spawns, because usually I don't let my allies die this quick because I'm not normally just using the pistol. But we continue forward. The hitboxes didn't screw me over that time around, so we're able to keep going. And as we continue to head down, these levels, honestly playing as the Arbiter, like when I was a kid, these were a ton of fun because you got a different perspective, right? You're playing from the Covenant perspective, and it was just something different. But replaying these levels as I got older and as I'm doing this challenge, oh, it was tedious. There were just lots of moments where it was just a lot of plugging away from a distance with the plasma pistol, trying to take out as many of the grunts as I could. I absolutely hated that they wielded the needlers, made it a unique challenge here. And it just seems to kind of throw off your reticle a little bit and just acts as a general annoyance. So it was definitely more of a psychological game this time around than anything else. But there's also something just so satisfying about landing your shots with the plasma pistol and just pulling the trigger multiple times. Couldn't tell you what it is, but like especially in this clip right here in this section, I just love when I am able to shoot from a distance, take them out with just a few shots, and keep going from there. Now, I thought I was going to get the drop on that grunt, but I dropped a little too soon. And then we head up and punch these guys in the back. Normally it takes about 3 punches to kill one of the heretic grunts, so being able to plug them a few times with the plasma pistol and then following that up with a melee seemed to be the way to go. If only I had discovered that a little bit earlier on. This was just my first run at it. No practice, no nothing. That's how I typically do these, just because on heroic difficulty, it's not too bad. I wanted to do this the first time around just to practice my editing skills a little bit. In this room, I predicted this this door opening all wrong. And I don't know if an ally threw a grenade here or if I shot a grenade or something happened, but I got messed up by that explosion there. But the second time around, I picked it correctly, so we're able to move on through. It takes me a little bit to get through this doorway, but basically what I was saying before was, as I kind of figure out these tips and tricks, more than likely I'll probably be doing a legendary run of these with the pistol only, just to see what I can do. I was expecting another Heretic Elite here somewhere around the doorway, so that's why I was trying to pre-charge. And in this section with the Banshee, I had some weird capture card issues, so it was kind of throwing me off there, but we were able to make it to the end. that'll do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. Please leave comments down below on what you'd like to see up next, and I'll see y'all later.